And we're back.
Oh, I'm not back in this game. Oh, okay. Is
We're
it?
back, we're back, we're back. A couple things have happened since the last episode, not including weeks. Um, I'm taking over Hisa again because Patrick's bad at Hisa.
Mhm.
hmm
Are we gonna talk about
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
So
what
we
happened?
recorded about an hour and a half of footage. It was pretty good. We even had a special guest star. It was great. And you know what we found out? Open Broadcaster software was stuck in preview mode the whole time and didn't record a thing.
Yeah.
So, here we are, and we need to go back to an earlier save. We can't go to we can't go to this save. We gotta go to this save. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? This
hmm
is the point that we're at in our life.
No, we even had special guest star. Maybe we'll get her back.
We even had special guest star. And like we had discussion I had like talking with Patrick about like the difference in the experience of the plot from the perspective of somebody who's new to the game, somebody who's already played through the route twice. It was actually neato. Because like you got to see the differences in things that people who play the first get time might not notice or think about the route, and then how it's it was cool, and all of that's lost. So unfortunately, this episode isn't as good as it should have been. Rip in peace, good episode.
We played it up.
Yes.
I think that's kind of like the definitions of this series. Is just it was so good the first time, and then something happened to ruin it. I can't remember that. Maybe that might have happened once before
No.
during a certain end of Act One.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember that. I remember. So, continuing the long-running ritual of not getting started at the start of an episode.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
We're just spending our time like we were millionaires.
turn that off.
It's not on.
Turn off your app.
It's not rap though. I would never listen to Iggy doing this.
So, last time, if I remember correctly, um, Rin told us that we look sad and
Yeah,
drew us sad, and we were
oh,
like,
yeah,
we look sad
all of the time.
all of the time. And because we already recorded all of this, we're gonna cut down on discussion, right, Patrick? We're gonna try to
Oh,
just get through this into new content. So, we'll still read it all out. We'll do all that, but we don't have anything to discuss really. Nothing that's really interesting. So unless something super comes up that's like actual good, we're just gonna try to get through this, and that means the next 2 days of recording are gonna be one episode instead of stopping at the end of the day like we normally do.
yeah.
So, we've just left the art room and we're chasing after Ren. See if I remember how to read things. I might have forgotten. She's not in the hallway, to my surprise. I wonder where she managed to run off to in just a few seconds. Would have been nice to talk more. Well, not that I had much to say, except maybe get back at her for calling me a cynic. It's surprisingly late. I already got used to school ending at the same time every day, so I can feel the extra hours in my head. And my gut. My growling stomach reminds me that I'm absolutely ravenous. I'm so hungry that I'd dare to try anything the cafeteria staff have deemed edible. Even when I see today's delicacy, fried mystery lumps, my steely resolve doesn't fade. I stuff the dinner down without tasting it at all, which is probably for the best.
That's probably healthy.
I don't have much homework to do, but what little I have won't get done by itself, so I stroll down to the dorm.
Can I just say, if I was a chef in like a school cafeteria, I would I would try my hardest to make specials that were actually mystery lump stuff. Make it actually good, but just call it mystery lump stew. And just make it amazing. Just be amazing.
Preparing for the post-homework lull, I knock on Kenji's door. Yes.
That's not a good
Yes.
idea.
He responds from the other side, although I can't make out what he said. I try the door, but it's locked. After several seconds, the locks click open and he opens the door. Hi, hey, could I borrow a book? The library was already closed after I got away from my club meeting. He's squinting even more than usual and his eyebrows are twitching nervously. Club! That's dangerous, man. Indoctrination, groupthink, brainwashing, you name it. High school clubs sow the seeds of conspiracy. Do you know how many secret societies have grown from high school clubs?
7.
Watch your back and don't get too deep in. You might not come back. Okay, Kenji. So, how about that book? Sure. But don't return them, and don't spoil any of my books. No drinks, no food stains, no bodily fluids. Capiche? Sure. Thanks.
With bodily fluid.
Instead of letting me in, he retreats from the door, closing it again. After a few seconds, he returns with a stack of 3 thick books, and hands them over to me. Opening the topmost one, a familiar emblem stamped on the copyright page greets me. Your books. These are from the school library. They are now mine. You stole these? What are you talking about, man? I've been liberating these from the oppressive feminist movement that controls the library. Oh, please say oppressive feminist movement. Doesn't mean that poor librarian girl Yuko. She couldn't even oppress a wet towel.
I'm just imagining her trying to press a wet towel and failing.
Aw, man. All the lore makes this scene good.
How the deep, intricate lore.
Kenji and Yuko, in the past, they were hinted to have a relationship.
But then she stole his essence.
Yeah, that horrible succubus stole his life essence from him. So things kind of fell apart. Kenji turns away, mumbling something I can't quite make out, and closes the door behind him. Before going to my own room, I enter the bathroom, and while washing my hands, my eyes catch my reflection from the mirror above the sink.
I'm so beautiful.
I try to look for the grimness Rin saw in me, but it's just the usual me inside the mirror that stares back. I attempt to tell myself that this is what I've always looked like, but I realize I don't remember what I looked like half a year ago. Good noises.
Good noises.
Alright, that's that day. Let's get through the next one.
Next day, day 2. Day 2. The
Dawn of the second day. I wake up all sweaty, as if I'd run a half marathon in my sleep. I remember how many times I had to repeat that line to get the second episode started, except it never did get started. Odd, I don't recall sleeping badly. It sends a little pang of worry through me. I wouldn't want to have my heart acting up without being able to notice it. Still, apart from this odd exhaustion right after waking up, I'm feeling just fine. My mouth is like sandpaper and I have nothing to drink, so I have to go all the way to the bathroom to take my meds. Oh gosh, all the way to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I remember this part.
On impulse, I decide to take a shower while I'm at it. While I'm in the shower, I make up my mind that this counts as morning exercise if I properly compensate with a nice half-hour walk after school.
Taking a shower is basically exercise, like...
He's standing in the shower, perfectly motionless, and he's thinking, I'm getting such a workout, man. These muscles.
I like how your camera, you're doing things.
Yeah, they can't see, but Patrick can see my camera. Patrick knows what I'm doing. He sees me doing a lot of rocking back and forth and drinking water. Oh good, he's turning his camera on, that's not terrifying.
Okay.
Obviously, I wouldn't want to risk possible complications by going running now. Besides, Emmy will never know, and I think she's giving up on me in any case. Walking could be nice anyway, just to get to know the area. There's a big forest in the hills behind the school, or I could go down to the convenience store. While still dabbing the moisture off my skin, I set out to find my uniform. I quickly button up my shirt and pull on my pants before going outside. Relevant information. Normally during this time of year, I'd be eagerly awaiting summer vacation. Having only been at school for a little over a week, I don't really have that kind of feeling. I'm still savoring this school life and considering the sharp and awkward turn my life has taken. I haven't had the time to become preoccupied with getting free of it. Besides, once vacation's hit, it'll be a nice surprise for me if I'm not expecting it. Especially with the end-of-term exams looming ahead. At least I don't have any catching up to do with my studies. My diligence has finally paid off. I push myself past the boys gathered in the doorway and flop into my seat. Ew.
Yeah.
Boys. I only speak to girls and Kenji.
I remember what we talked about last time that happened.
Huh?
I think I remember the joke we made back then. They were playing like Magic or something, and he called them scrubs.
That's a joke you made. It's very
Yeah.
different from a joke we made.
No, I think you said something.
No. From the corner of my eye, I can see Shizune and Misha pause their unavoidably animated conversation and turn almost simultaneously in my direction.
No, I remember what happened. Is that he's like, scrubs, look at my deck, and it's just fanned out 100 Suntail Hawks.
Oh yeah, now I remember. I'm the one who said just the deck of all Suntail Hawk. Suntail Hawk is Patrick's most hated card. I don't actually know anything about Magic other than Suntail Hawk is not a good card.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it because Cole was like, God, it's actually good, Patrick. Trust me.
Can we point out though how terrifying Shizune and Misha are? Oh, dude, you get to act. You don't get to do that much in this route. Savor the moment. Savor it. Stop eating like jelly or whatever the hell you're doing over there.
Sorry.
What is that? What are you doing?
Don't question it. The meme.
They clearly want something.
Judge me. Don't judge me.
I can tell from the way Shizune smiles. It's too obnoxiously bright to be sincere and too calculated to be spontaneous.
Oh God. Good morning.
I don't think that's good. See, Patrick's gonna have to do adjusting because before he did this, I made him read out one of the only good scenes in Shizune's route. So the way he had to act the character was very, very different. So he needs to get back into the feel of things. Get back into that rhythm, that groove.
Good morning.
That's not the groove.
Don't worry, just once we get into it, it'll be fine.
Okay, here's your chance to get into it.
Good morning. Just trust me. It's harder when it's like quick sentences. If it's like a long sentence, it's easier.
Good morning. It's that easy. It's that goddamn easy. No, not the falsetto. Not the falsetto. No falsetto.
Good morning. Hey guys.
Her greeting is made of 100% cheer and bursting energy. Morning. I failed to put either of those into my response.
You don't look very energetic.
No wonder, I don't feel very energetic either. I think I didn't sleep well, but I'm not really sure. Jesus.
Oh God.
She slaps me in the back and grins, and I die because she slapped my heart.
Cheer a bit. It's a great day.
I catch Shizune's eyes. She has a strange, focused expression on her face, but she furrows her brow a little at direct eye contact and then looks away. For a moment, I think that she caught just a glimpse of my worries, somehow, and is pondering how to respond. But then she quickly straightens her glasses and, with them, her expression.
Anyway, we were wondering if you're still interested in the student council position, because we were going to go make an offer and that you can't decline.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
You messed up the fucking quote, idiot, you fool.
I don't know the quote. I've never seen that movie.
No, I'm talking to her. I don't know. The first one, like a really long time ago. It's
Wait,
like,
what?
Long.
I wasn't really interested in the first place. You're putting words in my mouth.
Put my dick in your mouth.
You made that joke last time, too.
Because it is like, imagine, I don't know. Not as such, but wouldn't it be nice to hang out with us every single solitary day of your life while also being useful, you sack of shit?
Don't you want to deal with my crippling depression?
Oh yeah.
Every single day of your life? Well, to tell you the truth, I kind of joined a club. so it'd actually be sort of hard for me to join the council, too. Even if I wanted to, which I don't, as I said.
What a dick.
Because I hate you.
Is that so? Which club is it then? He-chan? What?
It's my seal beating club.
What? Just imagining the kind of people who would be like, seriously, like, I need to go to my seal beating club.
Oh, look, it's a seal. Let me go get my club.
Art club, seal beating club, basically the same.
The art club. Rage. Intense rage. Shizune's eyes glint in a sinister way as she scowls at me. With the way she looks, I'll be expecting the art club to lose its funding before lunch break, or the art teacher to mysteriously disappear from the face of the earth. Honestly, I'd be okay with Nomiya disappearing. Yeah, man. If he died, I'd be happier.
Get it. Okay, fine.
Oh, I was reading something on Reddit that made me sad. Okay, the bad ending for RIN'S sucks, so I don't care if I spoil it a little bit. But apparently everybody was saying that, like, after the bad ending for Rin, she kills herself. I don't care about your magic card.
No.
Apparently it was implied that she kills herself in her bad ending. Can you actually consider that for a second?
I don't know what the bad ending is, so.
I don't care about your magic card. You are making noise. You're ruining our professional video.
You're the ones ruining it. You're the one who's telling everyone. No one had to know about this, but now
He's
you're.
looking at a creature beast card with the insect ability.
It's not. I hate you. It doesn't say insect.
Before she manages to comment, stop
Is that
rubbing the you are rubbing your microphone with a card and it's making noise.
Does that say it says insect to you?
Yeah, it says incest.
It says infect, you fucking retard.
It says Lannisters.
Are you okay?
Before she manages to comment, the teacher finally enters the classroom, getting Shizune and Misha off my back and sending everyone rummaging in their bags for books and pens. I did join the art club, but the first meeting didn't really boost my confidence. I'm not really sure what I'm doing it for. Wish I could draw like Rin, but I don't know what I would do if I could. To what end would I use such a skill? I don't really know. Ignoring the teacher's sleep-inducing voice, I open my notebook to an empty page and press the needle-sharp graphite tip of the pencil onto it. This is when I get my waifu drawn. Let me tell you that story, because I actually didn't tell this story last time. So, the first time I replayed this route, I went through most of Act 2 with no sleep. I started Act 2 after I had gotten no sleep. It was like 6 in the morning, and I got up and started playing this game, and I gave a play-by-play over Skype. It was glorious, and when I got to this scene, I got super hype about the bird. And I'll explain why in a minute. What to draw? I can't really think of anything good to draw. As I hesitate and raise my hand, a meek black mark left on the previously blank paper seems aggravating. I can't even seem to get to the starting line, let alone get started. It's almost a physical feeling of being held back. Annoyingly, it reminds me of my failed attempt at jogging with Emmy. I look out the window in desperation. Right then, a small bird takes flight from one of the cherry trees that grow everywhere in the school grounds. I can't really see it clearly, and it's not like I could tell one tiny bird from another, but I pick it as my subject anyway. Conjuring up the image of a bird in my mind's eye, I turn my gaze back to the notebook and deliberately draw a thick line across the paper to get started.
Thick lines are my trigger.
It seems to be mocking me, as I can't follow up right away. Still, it's a good start. Getting started is good. I slowly sketch the picture on the notebook page, the image in my brain becoming clearer as the drawing takes shape. It's really nothing, just that nameless nothing bird on paper, but that's not important. My hesitation fades into the background along with the teacher's voice as I continue my struggle. The feathers form a simple pattern in my mind, but on paper it's a mess of too many rough lines despite my best efforts. I realize that I don't really know what a bird's wing should look like, even if I try to think about it. I even put the pencil down and close my eyes for a moment, trying to trace the shape of a wing in my mind. Being this serious about it all of a sudden makes me a little frustrated. Art class in middle school was the easy class in between exhausting subjects like math or Japanese. But there's this other side to art, the one that you see when you don't just fool around. It's almost like a completely different thing.
Isha? That's how
What?
that's how she starts conversations.
I look up to see two girls staring back at me. I don't know who they are. Mishi and Shizune have carried their chairs to my desk and are now standing by my sides, looking at my drawing. How long have you two been there?
Days. You okay? I think you need more practice.
Shizune draws a few sharp lines in the air between herself and Misha.
She-chan agrees. Agrees with what?
So I learned recently, and this is relevant right now, that apparently every single character, except for Rin, has a bit of a crush on Hisao in the first act. Except Shizune gets really jealous about it, which is why in every single other route she's so goddamn annoying. Cause she's like super jealous and is constantly bugging you. Like, why won't Senpai notice me? I don't care about your magic card.
You're breaking the illusion of movie magic all over again.
Rin said the exact same thing yesterday, but why did it sound less condescending? You shouldn't judge before I'm finished. Besides, don't you know it's bad luck to see an unfinished piece of work?
Pay off! Build up
Theming! This word has a lot of theming. Misha cracks in exuberant laughter.
Oh. I was just reading the name of this and it's terrifying. What? Don't be silly. There's no way that could be true. It's called cyst bearer. Think about that. Think about what that would be tagged onto. What you would call a cyst bearer.
Whatever. His eyebrows furrow dangerously, and the movements of her hands become abrupt, like the slashing of a knife.
You should learn to take constructive criticism better, you fucking this one.
I would if you'd actually offer some. I know I'm getting too defensive and that Shizune is taking advantage of it, but I can't help it. What are you two doing here, anyway? Misha wags her finger admonishingly at my nose.
Tisk tisk, Kichin, were you not listening to the teacher at all? No, she's visiting my waifu. We have a group assignment now.
I nod bleakly and let them take the lead.
So, what do you think of the lesson for today?
Not much of anything. I didn't listen to a word of it.
Bird.
Misha slaps her forehead and shakes her head theatrically.
I've seen this, Picard. Okay. Do with you, He-chan.
You just said do with you.
What are we gonna do with you?
All you said was do with you, though. Luckily,
What,
Shizune and
really?
Misha together are more effective than 3 or 4 normal people, so I can mostly slack on the assignment. I try my best to offer at least some assistance, but I end up being mostly useless.
I think I read it in my head and then halfway through realized I need to read it out loud.
I think Patrick's starting, because he has the camera feed, this is the first time he'll probably ever see that I'm constantly making faces when I'm doing the voices. I'm like shaking my head and grimacing and grinning and wincing and like...
Terrifying.
I'm a very active actor.
I think I need to step up my game now.
Yeah, dude, you need to step up a level. See, I only have like 1 or 2 characters I actually have to do. He has like 3 or 4. Hear that?
Yeah.
That was better than your Emmy performance. Wrecked.
Had an Emmy performance.
Yeah. The teacher
Uh,
keeps us in class 5 minutes past the lunch bells, but eventually lets us off the hook. I quickly stuff my books into my bag while Shizune and Misha carry the chairs back to their own seats. The failure of a bird drawing ends up crumpled and stuffed in my pocket as I hurry outside. Okay, this is the problem. That bird drawing was amazing.
like if it was more on the level of his Rin drawing.
Like, the wind drawing, that was a failure. That is not something that needs to be revisited. But that bird, that was the best thing he's ever drawn and will ever draw. And he's just like, sucks, get out, stupid.
I think he mainly did it because like he thought they were bullying him.
You're bullying me.
You're able.
Ableist.
Thick lines are my trigger.
Constructive criticism is my trigger.
He just loses it.
Wait, is that the end of the day? Jesus.
Is that where we ended last time, or?
No, we kept going. This is when we brought in special guest star.
Oh yeah. But we can't because they're being burgers right now.
Yeah.
Wait, don't they have to wake up
Special
at
guest
like
star
5?
needs to wake up in half an hour to get ready to go to work. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. At 5 o'clock, I'm gonna Skype her good morning.
Just imagining her waking up being like, oh god, what is it? And then just seeing a hi, good morning. Oh god.
Alright, I actually really like this scene. I forget why, but something about it, I like it. I think because it shows a little bit of progress. So,
I like progress.
how long has this episode been? About probably half an hour? Looks like about half an hour. I think now would be a good point to end it. But I kind of want to get through all the content that we missed last time, so let's get going.
Just imagine her getting on. Special guest star.
After that morning class, and throughout the week, I keep bumping into Rin. Huh. Okay, here's the thing. My Rin voice is wrong, and I can't fix it until we get to a scene that's actually all the way at the end of the second act.
Since it's that time?
Yeah. Once I actually get to that scene and I read the whole thing out, you know what, honestly, actually, I might end it right here. Just so I can go and read that thing out once or twice and actually get a feel for this character, because every single time I've done it, it's been wrong. So you know what, none of this even happened. We're still here. Right, guys?
Sure.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna read that, mostly because, and hopefully it will be, my performance of Rin will be better.